Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Open Line. Glad you were with us. A good discussion. We have with us Ashford Hughes, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Consultant. He was with the Mayor's Office, and also Lonnell Matthews, Davidson County Juvenile Court Clerk, talking about where do we go from here after the weekend and after really just what's happened here recently all across the country. Where do we go? And a great conversation. Let's go back to the phones. And Alan here on line 2. Hello, Alan.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead, Alan.
Hello. Good afternoon. I was just going to say that you see all these people in the streets and you see all the looting going on, that they really need a place to go. Let's open up TSU Stadium, or let's open up the Titan Stadium, put the peaceful protesters in there and give them a voice. Have some guest speakers in there, the leaders in there, so they don't have to just stay out on the streets. And it would alleviate a lot of problems with police, National Guard, and that would give them more time to concentrate on the unruly people that are really not a part of the peaceful protest.
Okay. So he wants to kind of move away from the unpeaceful part of this. All right, I'm just going to move on. Alan, thank you for that. Let's go to Thelma.
Ben, can I give a quick response?
Well, yeah,
to
sure.
that?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to say that I do think that, the peaceful protest did occur this past weekend. What I think we need now goes beyond just protest. We need an audience with decision makers. And so,
Boom.
Like he said, bringing people together to be able to voice their opinions, voice what they think should happen next, voice possible actions, resolutions to these problems. Yes, we could bring people together, but we don't need any more speeches about where we need to go or how we need to march or trying to motivate people or just inspire people. We need an audience with the decision makers that are going to take those suggestions and make the decision to put them into action. So we need our governor, we need our mayor, we need our Metro Council, our legislators, our school board. We need those decision makers to be in that audience to hear what the people have to say that are concerned with the issues concerning Black people.
Okay. And did you want to add anything?
I'm quickly,
Yeah,
I'm gonna quickly jump in there. So look, I think in any movement, there are multiple tactics. There are going to be multiple strategies because every organization has where its expertise lies, but we all have the same end game, right? So we don't want to be pigeonholed to be in one stadium at one time. We want this to be a citywide, a statewide, a nationwide thing, as Lonnell said, in public, in front of decision makers, in front of those people with power. That means we're going to have to talk and have people that do give the fiery speeches. But we also are going to have the folks like myself and Lonnell that write and draft the policy. We have to get in front of our elected officials like our minority caucus has done to get in front of the mayor. It's 5 bullet points of emphasis that they want to see moving forward coming out of this process. We have to get in front of the governor, both voices, protesters, policy folks, organizers, to make certain that no stone is left unturned fighting for justice and freedom.
let's go to Thelma, I believe. Thelma, are you there?
I am.
Oh, great. Go right ahead.
Okay, I am so glad this show is on, and I have a few comments that I'd like to make. First, that the Minneapolis mayor said on day one of this a truth. He said that this was the response to 400 years of racism and mistreatment. I've not seen that broadcast again, but it was absolutely true. We have to even be willing to recognize and admit and step up and say, this is racism, pure and simple, nothing else. We are ready to pour billions into buildings and white interests, but no thought given to the systemic racism against an entire people who are at the brunt of white racism. We're not going to be distracted about cost of damage to things or buildings, all of which you will be rebuilding, I'm sure, rather than doing the right thing to black people. This white-led fairy tale that we're all in this together has been shown to be the big lie that it absolutely is. Black people are not part of this. We're all in this together. We never have been. And any black person who believes themselves to be aligned to themselves, I'm no longer willing to lie to myself about that. Every black person should absolutely be given a college education completely free of cost, among many other aspects of a fair and just reparations. Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens, said that we should educate every black man because of what was done to him. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said that riots are the result, the outpouring of the oppressed.
Okay.
So this is not something that Martin Luther King would stand up and dispute with us about. He said that this is the result.
Right.
All right.
Thank you, Thelma. Thank you very much. Yes, a lot of passion there. There's a million ways I could go there. She's saying, she's quoting the Minneapolis mayor, she's saying at 400 years, this is the result of 400 years of racism, of problems. So my question when I hear that, and I have other questions based on what she said, is this moment different, do you think? Or are these protests something that kind of just go away and we go back to the way things have always been? Or do you really feel like something changes because of this moment? And either one of you can take it. Lonnell, why don't you start with that?
I will say for me personally, this definitely feels different. This moment, you feel like black people are becoming less tolerant and less impatient with when change will come in this country. I believe that across the board. I think you can go to any major city in this country and you're gonna find black leaders, black people on the ground, grassroots organizations that all feel that way. And we're looking for a different response this time around. We're not looking for anyone to pacify us with providing petty funding for some of our nonprofit organizations. We're looking for investment, significant investments in the black community. We're not looking to be bundled together with broad general language about people of color. We respect other people of color. We recognize other people of color have challenges and hurdles that they have to jump over too in this country. But black people have been facing those challenges and hurdles, like I said before, way longer than any other minority group in this country. And so we have been waiting in line for a very long time for change to come to our community.
Ashford, what do you think?
Tired of waiting.
Yeah, what do you think, Ashford, about what she said?
So my God informs me that even in darkness there shall be light. There will be balance to this. And that is why I talk about the emotion right now is high, the anger, the frustration is high. But we recognize that for our mental health, for our emotional health, there will be ebbs and flows. What's different in this moment, and all the time when I wear this button is saying stand with black women, there's a different level of community organizing taking place within this city. And not only within this city, they are branching out into other major cities within this state. That is something that hasn't happened often in Nashville or in Tennessee. We do respect and recognize the Diane Nashes and those that came from across Tennessee to do the sit-ins. But I think now, what we have now as organized leaders that are now finding out that funding themselves and getting funding to grow and sustain the movement is vitally important, just as important as the information that they're trying to create this change.
All right,
let's take a
break and come back, and we'll take another call, hopefully. We'll take a break. Be back right after this.